Alright, so on this edition of MF Cooks, today what we're going to do is my version of a Beef Wellington, and I'm going to change it all the way up because I'm not even going to use beef, I'm going to use chicken. And so if you're familiar with a Beef Wellington, which I wonder if George knows what a Beef Wellington is, I wonder if he does. I doubt it. Anyways, doesn't matter. So a Beef Wellington traditionally is done with a filet. You take a mushroom Dexel sauce around it, and then you put it in a puff pastry and you bake it in the oven, right? It's very decadent, very elegant. So I'm going to change it up. I'm making something simple that we can do at home. So what I've done is I took some chicken, and I only had chicken tenders. I was going to try and do chicken breast, but I'm going to do chicken tenders because that's what I had. And I brined it overnight. Salt, sugar, bay leaves, peppercorns, just whatever kind of mixture you like. And I'm going to pan sear them to give them some color, some nice caramelization. I'm not going to cook them all the way through, but then I'm going to take some Jarlsberg cheese, which is one of my favorite cheeses. It's a mild Swiss cheese. And then I'm going to take some Serrano chili over the top to give it some heat, wrap that in a puff pastry, and I'm going to put that in the oven at 375, maybe 25, 30 minutes until golden brown, and then I'll temp it to make sure that we get that 165 degrees. I'll then place that over some a mushroom cream sauce reduction I'm going to do, as well as make some Hasselback potatoes, which look like they're difficult. They're not very hard. And then I'm going to make a sour cream chive sauce for those. So stay with me. This is something you can do at home, and I hope that you enjoy this as much as I do. I wonder if I should tell George how to make a Beef Wellington. Anyways, enjoy.
This is where I want to be. Never ever gonna leave.
Some fired up. Some gas. A little bit of olive oil. And some butter. So we're going to do Hasselback potatoes, one of my favorites to do. Simple, just a russet potato. We're going to put a little olive oil over the top, but first we got to cut it properly. So I've got a chef's knife, and I'm going to go in, be careful of the knuckles. I'm going to go 1/4 inches, and just be careful how deep you go because you don't want to go all the way through. And then from this, we're going to fan it out, and we're going to actually take the butter and oil mixture, and we're going to put it in between each piece. Now we're going to go with 450 for about 55 to 60 minutes. And during that time, we're going to go ahead and get our puff pastries ready, and at the same time, we'll get our sauces ready for it. Okay, so stay with us, check it out, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and assemble the Wellington, the chicken Wellington, because that's what we do on MF Cooks. I wonder if George knows how to do anything. Anyways, doesn't matter. All right, so what we have here is some puff pastry. I've rolled it out. I've got some Jarlsberg cheese. I've got some of our Serrano chilies, but then I've also got our chicken tenders. And I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling this, and I'm gonna do it kind of upside down. We're gonna put our cheese, and really the cheese, the point of the cheese is gonna be for the fat. We're gonna kind of go like this. And that's gonna be one. We're gonna pull it across, pull it up, pull it across, tucking in all of our bottom there. That around. Now, look at it. That's going to be our first one. I'm going to go through here. And I'm going to brush it with some egg wash. And why that's important is it's going to give us that nice golden brown after we're done baking in the oven, okay? So give us just a few seconds. We'll get this all put together, and then we'll start moving from there and put it in the oven.
I got nothing but the highlights. Can't believe that this is my life. I'm only living on the bright side. I'm like,
You see that, George? That's a clean work surface. You gotta try it someday. Alright, so on this edition of MF Cooks, I did my version of a Wellington. I did a chicken Wellington, where I actually took some chicken tenders, I brined them, I sauteed them, I stuffed it in a puff pastry with some Serrano chilies and some Jarlsberg cheese. Then I made a mushroom cream sauce. We'll go into that. It's another video, so keep an eye out for that. But then here we did our Hasselback potatoes. So sliced thinly with some butter, some olive oil, and then I did just a real simple cream and sour cream and chive sauce for the top. So now let's see what this thing tastes like. It looks beautiful, but it's all in the flavor. So George, I know you don't know anything about a Wellington, but brother, I got your back. So let's just go ahead and dive right in here. Wow, that looks gorgeous. As I always say, George, it's perfect. Enjoy.